Hey everybody, it's the Chief. Welcome in, sit down, take a seat. We'll be right back.
Thank you for watching and listening to Highway 34 Connections podcast. We'll be right back. Coming January 2023, it's an all-new podcast series. The Honest 50, live with your host, the Chief. I, the Chief, will sit down with our guest. I will come up with 25 hard-hitting questions, while the other 25 questions come from you, the fan. The guest will give me their 50 honest answers. You can listen and watch to all this going down live on YouTube and Facebook at Chief Highway 34, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/Highway 34 Connection, and Spotify a week later. The Honest 50 coming this January. Now back to your live broadcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Conspiracy Theories with Insidious. Yes, and it is conspiracy time. Hey, good idea with the time, by the way. Let's make sure we add that.
So, for the first time, I have no idea what he's going to be talking about. So, do you know what? Tonight, I'm a fan. Going to yell at him for probably stupid shit. But do it. That's okay. That's what I'm here for, to keep it somewhat honest. And that way we don't go completely off left field. I mean, because I'm pretty sure if we did, he'd be starting talking about where we come from another planet.
No. No.
All right.
Why would I do that? That would no. No.
Well.
No. Just no. Another planet? Really? That's the best you could come up with?
Well, you know, there are like millions of planets out there, you know. I mean, there's theoretically possibility there has to be something, right? The funniest thing is, one of the theories that some astronomers come up with, that if you just even knock one of our planets out of the solar system, the balance of the rest of the solar system would go completely haywire. So go figure that one out. It's interesting.
So,
and
you asked me where to start, and I'm actually going to start with this. And this was as of December 19th, so yesterday. Okay, now 2 days ago, so it would have been Monday.
Whatever.
Well, it's the 21st.
What you got?
Idaho murder update. Victim's family questions whether Moscow police can handle quadruple stabbings.
Did you read Ticker?
Yeah. You already know that's going to happen.
Well, let's see.
You already know.
The last thing I remember was we were talking about the vehicle.
That wasn't the one I was talking about. I was talking about the one that I just put up there.
Oh,
Anyhow, you all have a good night. I'm going to bed.
All right, later, bro.
All right, good night.
Another thing.
Hold on.
This is not related. This is not related.
This happened.
This ain't related.
Go ahead.
This ain't related. Anybody who comments anything vulgar or anything that has to do outside of what we talk about will be banned and blocked. Just pointing that out there. We do not tolerate disrespect.
Vulgar. What do you mean by outside of what we talk about?
Referring to the guy yesterday.
I'm just saying that this is conspiracy theory. That's kind of the point of this this video.
Oh, I'm talking about hate mainly. If
vulgar, I get what you say.
Well, any vulgar hate that comes towards me, Ghost, or Chief in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, as Chief said, not be a dick to the podcasters. Thanks.
No, that part I got.
That's what I'm saying. It's rather than outside of that, it's your free game. Talk about whatever you want. Ask us anything you want. You have an input, tell us. We want to hear it. If we agree, we're gonna let you know. I mean, but all right, now back to our conspiracy normalism here. Ghost, pick up what you were going to say now.
Okay, this article I'm reading from is from Newsweek. It was published can't really tell because of the time. Okay, look, it was posted yesterday at 11:28 Eastern Time. It talks about the investigation continues for the homicides. Police have been alerted to an abandoned white car in Eugene, Oregon, and they think not a bit official. It's a Hyundai Elantra, and it looks similar to the photos of the car that they were looking for. Is it the car? They have not confirmed yes or no, but they believe it is. But it is an abandoned car that is same make and model of the car that they're looking for in Eugene, Oregon.
All right. I'm going to take my hat off here because I'm getting annoyed. There's a problem I have with that. How far is that from Idaho?
I am looking that up right now, actually. So give me a second.
Yeah, I'm intrigued with this one because
Oregon is the next step over. I mean,
because if it's found in Oregon, why would somebody from Oregon travel all the way down?
I'm only here because I heard Oregon, and I have family in Oregon.
Well, they found the car in Oregon that they believe might belong to the suspect.
They believe they did. They believe it did. They found the same car that says the make and model, the one they were looking for.
While you're Googling that, find out how far that is from Portland.
Right now we're trying to figure out how far it is from Idaho.
I really don't.
I'm talking about when he's done, because they could have got on a plane and went anywhere in the country.
But why?
It is an 8-hour. May I please?
8-hour drive.
All right. It is now. If you, now in a straight line, they say it's 350 miles away, but in order to actually drive there, because with mountains and everything, it's a 459-mile drive by car, and it's a 7-hour and 56 minutes away. So about 8 hours.
About 8-hour drive. Mm-hmm. So they had a backup car ready and everything.
But why? What's the motive?
Unless this was planned out.
Make sure it was completely abandoned. To what? Abandon the car? I can think of a lot of reasons.
My thing is...
what's the motive? What's the motive for these two?
I'm going to say one thing before I go to bed, since I have to.
If they believe it was a student, then why have no students been missing and this car's found in Oregon?
Here's my thought on it. Well, if they planned to do this and to ditch the car in another state, you would think they would have set it on fire so there was no evidence.
Too
do
obvious.
something to get rid of all the evidence in that car.
Now that, yes.
Because they
Yeah.
left no evidence
At the scene.
at the scene. So like 9 times out of 10, there's going to be no evidence in that car. Unless they fucked up and didn't plan to take off running and get caught.
Well, let's assume that they're human. Humans make mistakes. You know, everyone. But here's a
Really?
If
question
it's
for
not
you.
a human, who in the heck's it going to be? A dog?
My point was is that they probably they're going to make a mistake.
Sasquatch.
So,
The monkey in the
Anyway.
corner.
and then with that, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Oh wait, that's not the ending anymore. Okay.
That's
what
our.
I was going to say was you asked me what the motive, why no student's been missing. Here's the thing: the campus has pretty much been shut down since this happened. So therefore, the whole what students been missing theory kind of really goes out the window because so many has been missing since they. I mean, they may have to shut down permanently because they don't even have a spring term set up.
What if it wasn't a student?
My point. That's where I'm going.
It could have been a teacher. It could have been a janitor.
No.
A campus
No.
security guard.
Michael, you heard me say this yesterday. I don't think Chief was in here before this. What were these girls into? They told this guy Adam there was a recording of her telling the other girl of what all did you tell him everything? What's everything? Now you have 4 dead people.
Do you have maybe a clip to where that said that? Because I would like to read it. I didn't find it.
Actually, yes. Give me 1 second. I know what I can do you one better. Let me go back to my history because I found all this yesterday.
All right.
Wasn't on this. It was on the computer.
That's even better.
Yeah, because I can actually share screen this.
All right, and we do not own any of the articles, the videos, photos. We don't own any of it. We're sharing. And honestly, for when it comes to media, I really don't think it can be copyrighted because the purpose of a media is to share with the public, right?
By the way, there is a ticker stating that at the bottom of the screen.
I know. Just covering our asses both verbally and auditory.
By the way, I'm hopping off here, but I'm messaging you to a conspiracy that I have. Have a good night, everybody.
Why don't you just say it?
Because it's midnight. I gotta wake up in 4 hours, take the wife to work. I'm not gonna be here all night.
Chief,
I gotta pick up the wife in 2 hours. I don't want to hear it.
Look at your phone.
I already got the whole message that you sent.
I didn't even know that was even a thing. It was literally like 23 hours ago. I didn't even know if you've seen it.
No, I just read what you said. That's why I shut my camera off and muted my mic.
I'm excited for that though.
Otherwise, you would have heard me go, "Oh hell no!"
Hey, that would be. I'm excited for that.
Put her on NXT. Have her lead Toxic.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think that would probably be the best fit for her, but we can talk about that later. Bye.
Later. Oh, and Ghost, so you're not Eva Marie's thinking about coming back. There's that.
Yeah, I've read.
All right, so
Yeah.
Give me a second here.
You can only ring a bell a certain amount of times if you ask me, but whatever.
All right, so this was old, so I will tell you the date. This was from the 19th.
Okay. Well, 19th of December.
So I'm gonna read this real quick.
If it was the 19th of December, dude, that's only a couple days ago. That's not old.
Yeah. So, well, still kind of old because most people might know about this. A mystery man whom two of the slain University of Idaho students were discussing in a newly released surveillance footage is not suspect in their unsolved quadruple murder, according to a family member. Kaylee and Maddie, both 21, were talking about a man named Adam in the footage taken the morning on November 13th in downtown Moscow. According to Kaylee's father, Steve, the two were just being girls and chatting about their bartender, who is not considered a suspect, on the way to grab a bite to eat from the food truck. We asked and did the obvious due diligence, and we looked into that. It was pretty clear that the individual was not part of the investigation as far as a suspect, according to Steve. The slain students were wearing the same clothes they were seen in while patronizing the food truck on a Twitch live stream hours before they were murdered. They also reportedly appeared to be with the same man they were seen with at the food truck, who police have continued to also not a suspect. The newly released footage also contains audio of a woman believed to be Concalvis asking a caption, Maddie, what did you say to Adam? And it says, the other woman replies, like, I told Adam everything. The two roommates left the Corner Club bar around 1:30 a.m. the night of the student's death and were seen taking a cab back to their off-campus house. Okay, now I'm confused because now we know that they took a cab, because we didn't know this before. It said they took like an Uber or something. Now we know they took a cab.
Is there really a difference?
Well, they didn't say before, so that actually helps. Add that to the list of things that we now know. The slain student's father said police are sorting through a staging 22,000 Hyundai Elantra in hopes of finding one spotted near the home at the time of the murder, now thought to be critical clue in the case. They were informed that they've checked all the easiest paths. So if the individuals had this car registered to his name, it was something quick that could look it up in the area. That could go to his house, he said. So, all right, that's what I'm. Now you're filled in with what I know. Anywho, my concern is, how do they know it's a him? Does somebody know something we don't know?
What do you
You're cutting in and out.
like? Is there something? Huh?
You were cutting in and out. I couldn't hear you.
What's up?
I couldn't hear anything you said.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I muted my mic so you could focus on the
All right.
article.
Chief, go to bed. He's still lurking. But anywho, what's your thoughts? How do they know it's him? Do they know something we don't?
So, where are you getting at with this? What are you getting at this?
Really? What do you mean? Where am I going with this? The news just said we don't know where he is.
Insidious.
So,
Can you hear me?
what? Yeah, I can hear you. You said, where am I going with this? Well, we were talking a while back and we said he or she. But now we have the news media and the police saying if we find the car, we can find.
Want to know what the hell? Yeah, it's like they keep talking. They keep talking to this person. They keep talking to the.
Yeah, I know he keeps cutting out. Check Facebook.
There, that better. I restarted the router a little bit. That work?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. All right. So according to your, so where are you getting at with your article?
What I'm saying is, it doesn't make sense. We said he or she.
I mean, are you thinking?
We had hey, improve your stream on something. I don't know. It says start. Maybe it's talking about Twitch or something. But where I'm going with this is that we didn't know if it was a he or she. Remember, we said this.
We still don't. I'm just using the term he because that's neutral.
That's what they are doing. But they said in terms of locating the car to find out where he is.
That's how cops. That's how cops work. They're not going to. English does not have an English neutral word, despite what people may want to think. And they're not going to use the word they. Then people are going to get confused and say that there's like plural or something, which it could be, but they're not going to say that until they know there's multiple killers or something. Because unfortunately, English doesn't have a neutral word, so unfortunately, they use the term he until they know for sure. So it's just how cops operate. So you can't really focus too much into that.
Well, I'm going to get into my
But
other one.
however, I did read an article recently. I forget where. I was like last week. I was going to bring it up tonight, and I forgot where I found it. But they say they now are suggesting that there may have been more than one killer.
Which is what I said the whole time.
Right? You did. You did mention that.
So this is the other one I just found. This one here's the new one. All right, I'm going to take off that. So this is the newest article that was out today. So it says an attorney for the family slain University of Idaho student Kaylee has expressed doubts about whether local police can solve the crime. The Goncolas family had previously shared their frustration at what they described as a lack of communication between Moscow police and the families of the victims. We want to let them know that we were holding them accountable for their decisions. Attorney Shannon Gray, who we have heard from before, who was retained by the Goncolvases to act as pretty much an in-between person. The family and the police department told the Today Show this week, I'm not sure they are capable of handling the quadruple murder, and if they are in over their heads, then acknowledge that and turn the investigation over to someone who is more versed in handling these types of matters. More than 6 weeks after the quadruple murder of Kaylee and her roommates and her boyfriend inside an off campus rental home, November 13th, the killer remains at large. No murder weapon has been found. No suspects have been named by police. And the key points as of right now, they have new videos. Father insists he supports Moscow police. Police combed through 22,000 vehicles. White car linked to murders was spotted. Family launched scholarship fund in her honor. More than 10,000 tips. Still no arrest. So we have literally all this going on, and we have nothing.
I must make a point that because they found that car across state line, does that mean the jurisdiction could be now with feds?
I want to know is how come all these people that they're interrogating, but just releasing. Like they're not holding them, they're not asking. I want to know if they're just asking the right question. Because that one key question could be enough.
Unless these kids, as soon as conversation's going sideways, they lawyer up, and if they're not under arrest, they can't continue the conversation.
Well, most of them ain't going to lawyer up because then they know they automatically assume you're hiding something, and then the cops will try to file the charge. So
We've
most
talked
of them,
about that. You know that theory is bullshit. If I was ever arrested, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is give me a lawyer.
Hello, I was arrested several times,
And you never once said lawyer?
No. Why would I want a public offender who has a lousy freaking record and is the stupidest of all lawyers that just get paid to stand there by the state and go, yep, sentence him.
I've dealt with a few public
I could do a
defenders,
better job myself, and I have. And I don't have.
Well, I would probably want to defend myself too, but it is always wise to have a lawyer sit in second chair.
No,
but besides, the point is that
the point I'm trying to make about this whole thing.
My point is having lording up does not make you look guilty. It just means you're being safe. I mean, the last thing you want, especially in a quadruple homicide, you don't want some. And let's think about it. The PR over this case is completely high at this point. And if you were just to say the smallest thing that may have been wrong or said something that they could trick you with, they'll say, "Hey, we got our guy," even though they know you're not their guy, just to close the case because they're getting a lot of heat from this. I mean, you said to yourself that the family, they're not so sure if these cops can even handle it, but and I'm going to add to that because I can completely think that's completely unfair because it's not just the local cops that are part of this. The state police are part of it. The FBI are part of it. So
yeah, but I feel that
they're and right now with all the
I feel
publicity,
everybody
right now,
is doing a sloppy job.
And that makes a good reason why they'd want to close the case. And the last thing you want to do is go into their interrogation room, say
what
something.
What are you going to close? You can't close an open cold case. It doesn't work like that. You are 6 weeks in. I have nailed 2 of their things, and you've heard me say it. Tell me how what I say does not make sense on how with as much blood that was in those rooms and coming down to the first floor from the 4th and 3rd floor, how the hell did those 2 roommates think that they were passed out or unresponsive?
Well,
no,
with
the amount of blood that was in those rooms, unresponsive is not the term I would be using.
Well, I have a question for you. I got a question to answer that. See, I don't drink, so I don't know the answer to this. But
drunk or not, I know what blood looks like.
You've been known to like the bottle every now and then. Have you ever been so drunk that you just start, you don't know what the hell's going on?
I might be drunk and intoxicated, and I have played Madden totally fucked up. But trust me,
that is funny.
You know what blood looks like. You know what unresponsive looks like. But when you see your friends covered in blood, unresponsive is not the word I would be using. How about multiple injuries? Where was that on the 911 phone call? Where was all this blood talked about on the 911 phone call? All you heard was unresponsive. Drunk or not, you know what blood looks like, dude. You know. And with them saying it looked like a horror film, I'm sorry, but that's too sticky. That's too thin. It's way too thin.
Too sticky. Oh shit!
It is that too. It's like that burger you flick and it sticks to the wall, and then you come back and you peel it off later, and guess what? It still leaves a residue. Kind of like their saying of the theory I'm trying to make here is there's holes in their alibi. I can see it. You can see it. There's a lot of holes there. And anybody in the stream, I see 3 people in here. Comment if you agree. Is there not holes in that story that they told the police? Actually, you know what? I will look that up right now.
And do it the sad thing, the longer this goes, the longer the idea that they're going to find somebody.
They're going to pin somebody to point it on.
That's my point. And that is why nobody in their right mind would agree to go into an interrogation room with this without a lawyer present to keep that from happening. I'm just saying. It's not because you got something to hide, it's because you're covering your ass. The last thing you want to do is be pinned for a quadruple homicide.
All right, so
I mean, if anybody is in the Midwest area that's listening to this, stay safe over the next couple of days. Everyone knows about the storm that's coming if it hasn't already hit you already.
I have a question. Did we say third and fourth floor,
You did.
or was it second and third?
There was no fourth floor.
Okay,
It was
so
just
yeah,
a second and third.
All right, so my bad, people. So this is what it says. 911 call was placed last Sunday at 11:58 a.m. reporting an unconscious person. Police said the two victims were found on the second floor and two on the third floor, according to police. Two female surviving roommates were at the house at the time, were not hurt. Surviving roommates are involved in the crime, which authorities retracted Sunday. So
Stories wait. Stories retracted.
the cops retracted their story that
Why?
they were not suspects anymore.
Oh.
But I want to know why.
Wait. Does that mean they're retracting that they are no longer suspects, meaning they are now suspects, or they're retracting they were suspects and they're no longer
They are
suspects?
no longer a part of the crime.
Oh.
Is how it worded, which is pretty much no longer suspects. In a
right. Well, I know. I just want to make sure that we get that.
Lawful way of saying it. So I'm just a little confused on the whole thing. Like I said, this case is. We thought the Kylie Rodney case was weird. This thing is bizarre weird.
And yet, once we figure it out, we're going to find out was it weird at all. It could be something so simple.
Well, the problem is you don't have a murder
revenge. It could be about revenge. It could be killing. One of those passion killings.
The thing is with girls, they can turn tears on and turn tears off so fucking good. You don't know if they're.
Guys can do that, but not. You're right. Not nearly as good as a girl.
No, girls can do it really well. You don't know.
The girl. What do they call it? Crocodile tears? Something like that.
Oh, a girl can think about the saddest part of her life and turn into complete wreck. So they also call them psychopaths or sociopaths, whichever one comes first. But what I want to know is who knew the layout of the house better, who knew where they were going to go sleep, why they went up to the third floor first and past the second floor.
I thought they went. No, 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 no.
The
Say
guy
that
was
it would.
killed first, and he was killed in the second floor. I mean, the
Right.
third floor.
So
The third floor.
no, he was killed on the second floor.
Nope, they said third because he was killed first. They found Kaylee and
Right,
him.
and he said they said no.
on the
They said
third.
he was on the second floor.
I'm pretty sure I just read that. It said he was found on the third.
I know for a fact. I've read it multiple times. Him and his girl were on the second floor, and the two girls were on the third floor. He killed on the second, then he went up to the third. I've read that multiple times. I know that's right. Hey, while he's looking that up, I'm gonna, give him a solo. Be right back, folks.
Okay, so he went ghost. So all right. So as of right now, I don't have what we're looking for. Okay, so this might help us now, hopefully.
All right, I'm back. What's up? You find out?
No, still looking.
Here you go.
I have not found it at all. Like
I
they
have
have,
wait a second.
like they don't even. And I went all the way back to the first ones. It just says that they were found on the second and third floor of the homes, but didn't actually show where they were.
All right. Well, in this case, I'm gonna.
So,
So
did you find
this
it?
I'm getting from the article, the U.S. the Sun, since he couldn't find it. The victim, Ethan, is said to have been lying on the floor on the second level of the three-story building, while the other two were found on the third floor.
Doesn't say how they were found.
So him and his girl was on the.
Doesn't say how the other two were found.
They said they were on the third floor, but no, they're not releasing the photos. No, because
Okay, now
the crime scene was too
I'm a
vulgar.
little
You don't want to see
weirded
that. I gotta get some water. I gotta find a way to get this room a little bit more. I don't know. So it's way too hot in this room. Thank you, Chief. Okay, do we have another? Hey, so I really don't got anything else to talk about with this subject.
Oh, I have a lot.
Yeah,
But I don't want to take all the time on it.
well, I know you had other subjects. That's why I was saying if you want to move on
yeah.
to another subject, we can.
Yeah. The other subject I want to talk about is one I got brought up to tonight, actually, by a buddy at work, and he wanted me to share my thoughts. Do we have any MGK fans viewing right now? If you do, comment. If not, still comment no. But
What?
this is going to go in here really good. Now, Ghost probably doesn't know most about stuff outside of much, so I will fill him in as much as I can. Okay, so you're familiar with him and I guess now ex-girlfriend, Megan Fox. We're drinking blood. So
We're talking about this. Oh, come on. I just heard about the gas station last night.
Hold on. He asked me if it was possible, and after thinking and doing some hard facts on it, it has been known that a lot of celebrities have been known to do what they call an Illuminati spiritual. Some come open with it, some do not. He wanted to know my thoughts, so I'm going to give this to him. My thought is yes. It's very possible that it did come open and it is an Illuminati ritual that is actually put out into the open. Now, we all remember when the lights went out at the Super Bowl and everybody claimed that, what's her name? Married Jay-Z, Beyonce was demonic. because they said she shut the lights down because her eyes started a different thing.
I think
Some believe
by the
that was
end of this podcast, I'm going to have a big red mark right here for me doing this all night.
probably. But anyway, some people believe that was a Illuminati spiritual coming out. So, and it has been known that celebrities do this stuff. Most of the time, you see them use certain symbols with their hands, even in movies. We've seen Jim Carrey do it. We have seen multiple of them throw up the devil horns or this one. Or we've seen Eminem do this part of it.
You mean the
Which
OK symbol?
No, this is actually the all-seeing eye, which is I
Uh-huh.
could get. You would have to actually look up Illuminati to
I know
actually.
what the. Shut up.
Okay,
I know
so
what the
you
Illuminati is. I
should
know what
know
the all-seeing eye
all the
is.
handshakes. You should know all the handshakes and everything else. And it's actually been proven that if you go back through history and time, you'll
Are you
find out
talking
George
about?
Bush
Are you
used
talking
the
about the?
Illuminati handshake to meet the Pope.
Are you talking about the Mason theory?
It's not a Mason theory. Masons don't do any of that. I would know. My father-in-law is a Freemason.
I'm not talking about the Freemasons. I'm talking about the Masons that people they would have the secret handshake. They would have the secret symbols. They would have the secret ways, and only
No,
the elite.
no. The Illuminati is supposed to be the elite. That's why it's
Well, I'm
called the
talking about
Illuminati.
the Masons have been known to use the Illuminati as one of their symbols.
All I know is, but when you say Masons, a lot of people say Freemason because they say they're the same.
No, I'm
Big
referring
difference.
to.
Big difference. Illuminati and Masons have one goal together. They want to rule. But the problem is, no, your Illuminati members have their own handshake. And you can go back to Barack Obama to George Bush. Even Barack Obama was caught doing this a couple times on camera to certain this when they talk, they do this. You also seen Trump do this a lot when he talked. The figment of talking with hands and different signals is all used to supposed to be how they communicate. And as long as they keep doing this kind of thing, they know they're still channeling with each other. It's the way to know that he's still with them, even if he's president or whether he's whatever. I don't know. But he asked me about it if I thought it was a satanic ritual or a way of the Illuminati coming out. I look at it this way. I would like to say yes, actually, there, Michael. I'm going to say yes. That was him joining the Illuminati. And would you like to hear my explanation on this now?
Do you want my opinion on the Illuminati and the Masons, or do you just want my opinion on what you're talking
Why
about?
I believe that he actually did join
Who? Which he?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh. Here's another thing. When I was at the gas station, somebody was talking about some celebrities, how they drink blood and they're vampiric.
Not all. Just most generally, it's just for show. It's also to show
Yeah.
their commitment to Satan.
Mm. Look, the way I look at it is the whole drinking blood thing has been linked to satanic rituals. As far as anything talking about could be considered cult activity. And here's the thing: I want to be very, very careful what rabbit hole we're going down, because if we're
I'll
sort of be
I'll
talking
open
about
it all,
people
dude.
like
I
this,
don't give a shit.
Dude,
I
we
won't
also have a
at all.
podcast. We have our faces out there, we have our names out
I don't
there.
give a
And the
shit.
last thing, these people have power behind your command. You know,
I
it's the
don't give
whole
a shit.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself nonsense. I mean, this is what I'm talking about.
He didn't.
But that's my point. My point is that they can get you where they can get you. You know what I mean? That's the
All
thing.
I'm saying is this stuff is real. And do
It
I
is.
believe that he did join? Yes. I believe that's exactly what that was. That was his initiation. And I
Since
say
I don't know
this.
much about what actually happened, I really can't comment on it. It could be, it could not be. I need to research. I do know,
Really?
I have read a lot
Really?
about the.
Have you not seen his shows after that happened? His shows are now better than what they were before. He's now wealthier than what he was before, more popular than what he was before.
I don't really pay attention to the whole
The point I'm
stuff like
saying
that.
is you add
But no.
everything up after this all happened afterwards
Mhm.
of him doing this.
And
His wealth
all of a
went
sudden,
up.
everything starts going your way. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so that's why I said I believe it was an initiation. I believe he
Very
did
well
join.
could have been. Very well could have been. But I just need to do some more research and see what actually happened. That's all. That's all I said.
No, there ain't much research to do on it. I just gave you everything you need to know. But I could go down many rabbit holes to many different ways, many different locations. And I'm not scared to go out on anything. I mean, come on. Look at Alex Jones. Look at how much shit he freaking went into. He still did pretty well. I'm okay with it. I'm okay to getting in whatever I want to get into because, well, I may not be rich and famous and whatever else. I really don't care. But all I'm saying is, I'll go down anywhere. I mean, this is a conspiracies podcast. That's what it's for. People want to. What are you thinking? Michael, I think you're muted again because I don't hear you. Nothing.
Sorry about that. No, I muted it because my dog started whining. Sorry about that. No, what I said was um, because no one's ever gotten in trouble for a simple conspiracy before.
Never have. No. Because a conspiracy is what it is. It's there's no real truth behind it. It's just a conspiracy. It's just something for you to talk about and make conversation about. That's really it.
The world was
Um,
round was a conspiracy for a long time, and
still
anybody
is
that would say the world is round would call themselves
an
uh,
idiot. A moron. A stupid. It's flat. It's a flat earth.
heretic. Heretic.
All I know is if it is flat, so be it. I don't care. If it's round, I don't care. I just don't. That's science shit. Shit I don't care about. Because the only thing science does is lie 2/3 of the time. I don't care. So I'm also off of this topic now. I have another one to bring up.
Go ahead.
Means we already got done talking about the Illuminati and its evil pyramid schemes and everything else. Hey, speaking of which, that's one to talk about. The pyramids. New study has found out they actually had ways to form electricity in those times, and that's what they believe they were for. And a way for them to keep cool. Because the actual pyramid itself on the inside would only it would drop down to a good 30 degrees from the actual temperature of the outside. But in one of the pyramids, they found a some kind of object in there that scientists is now said that it was possible that they found a way to make electricity in those times. So, with that being said, I want to know, did we steal it from the Egyptians and just made it better? Like we do everything else? Yes, that was a question to you, Ghost.
What exactly did they supposedly find in the pyramids?
They believe it was a way for them to make electricity. Hold on. I will share screen this. Definitely share and screen this.
Oh, be quiet. That's why I've been muting my mic every now and then. My 2-year-old pup is sitting right next to me. She wants a little attention and my snack.
So,
So, yes, you're a good girl. You're okay. You're okay. It's okay. You're okay.
all right. So, okay, those are the pyramids of Giza.
Right.
And they believe they can put off pockets of energy. Sources of wireless energy. Okay, I see where they're coming from with that thing. Because Tesla's theory was about that. If you remember that
I
at all,
remember.
if you studied Nikola Tesla, then a lot of people would know that they believe that we are surrounded by free energy every day if we just knew how to tap into it. And they honestly believe that he was killed for that reason. Okay, I cannot find it now, though. What they actually found on the inside, that's what I'm trying to find. I saw it in a video, so I'm actually looking for the picture of what was inside of it, and I'm having no luck.
Hey, I got a conspiracy. Well, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or about a fact for you. That have you been taking the news about what's going on in Yellowstone?
That's myth.
You're
Myth.
talking myth, and I'm
Myth.
talking about a possible idea of a super volcano destroying all of America.
Myth. There's nothing going on. You know how I know?
Mm.
Because you go to Yellowstone, they have everything you need to know about the crater, the inside temperatures, everything. There is
That's
heat
why
sinkers all over there. So they found more magma. All volcanoes have magma in them. Even if they're dead, it's still flowing.
right.
That's why they say a volcano is never really dead. It's sleeping because
Right.
that magma
It's
is
called
always
dormant. Right. Dormant.
yes.
Right.
Now Yellowstone will go off when the San Andreas fault goes off because it's going to shake it so hard that she will blow.
Hmm. This is not a volcano. This is a super volcano.
The
It
whole
will.
world it will devastate the world. I'm telling you,
I know.
100%. Everybody will know it because it's going to darken everything.
And it may even set a chain reaction that lights off all other super volcanoes too.
Oh, that's to understand. Okay, people misinterpret the Bible a little bit when they hear about the Ring of Fire. What is Yellowstone? One big ring. That's
And
your
it
Ring
does
of Fire.
well. And if I really want to be really technical about that, the Bible does prophesize that the second time this world is destroyed, it'll be by fire.
Yeah, but
Whether
that'll
that
just
be
most of Yellowstone is just going to eliminate the U.S. That's pretty much it. U.S. will be destroyed.
do you think we'll? Do you think? Well, we live in freaking Iowa. Do you think we'll be safe from Wyoming? I mean, but the direct effect we should be safe from.
No,
I'm
the
talking
ash
about the
alone
poisonous
is going.
gas.
The ash alone is going to kill us.
The poisonous gas, right? Is what you're referring to.
The ash alone will kill us. Not the gas. It's going to be the ash. Because the ash is going to cover the world. The ash alone is what's going to kill everybody.
They oogie, hey, they oogie who laughs. Yo,
Hey, how are you, guy?
what's your take on the super volcanoes?
The Yogi Holkons. Chilling. Yep, us too.
I really
Talking
hope
about
that's not his
super
answer to my question about
volcanoes.
super volcanoes. We're talking about
Well,
the current super volcano that's in Yellowstone. There have been talks about it being a little bit more active recently than it normally has.
well, let me give you a hint.
Because it's a friendly place to be with the geysers and the little and all that stuff. But Yellowstone is in fact a super volcano, not a normal volcano where it'll just erupt and lava will flow. No, 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 no. If this thing ever goes off, think of it. Think of the Earth just lit a bomb, and it will blow.
It'll have the.
It'll have. I've actually did some.
It'll
I
have
did
the
some reading.
force of 10,000 nukes.
The 10,000. It'll have the. It will actually have a 35-mile geyser of lava. 35 miles straight up of lava, and what goes up
Must come
must come
down.
down. 35 miles of lava just coming like a. Does that sound like fun to you?
Sounds like a fucking blast. Hey, you
Exactly,
know
a
what?
blast.
If it happens, I want to be the guy that is off the movie 2012 that's standing there. It's so beautiful. You should see what I'm seeing. And then he gets blown backwards by the freaking blast.
It should be. Yeah, but look, I mean, a volcano is one thing, a super volcano is something else. I mean, there really is no such. People shouldn't be around.
I agree.
People will be affected in
This will
England.
affect the world, man.
Yeah,
It's
so
going to
there's
affect
really no safe
everybody.
space for something like this. I mean, the lava itself would probably directly affect the immediate area, and then you got the ash, then you got
Hold on.
the poisonous gas.
All right.
Are you sure it was a volcano, just a normal volcano, not a super volcano? Because there is a difference.
Yeah, that was on Netflix, but this is, I'll show you the real life version here. All right. I'm going to go to screen share real
Oh well,
quick.
speaking of which, the volcano in Hawaii just went off recently. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, kind of. There is no video audio to this, so I don't know why I even clicked it. Yes, be careful. Screen share audio can be guessed. So this map right here is what it will be like for the U.S.
Yep.
This is the blast wood blanket. This is just U.S. ash. Now,
Yep.
when the actual eruption was to actually happen, you would see it go through multiple phases. This is one of the
Oh, that
older
looks
ones.
beautiful.
Oh, this is yeah, so fucking pretty. So the actual super volcano that we're going to show you, this is Yellowstone right here. This is pretty much zone 6. Where does Iowa sit? Right there. That answers your question there, Ghost. We're in the dead zone.
Yep.
The blast alone is going to come all the way out.
Well,
So, if Yellowstone was to go worldwide, that would be its trajectory. Pretty much, you'll see that in space right there. That's the amount of ash it's going to put up. This outer circle is how
right,
far
right,
the ash to go. But now you got to add the wind in the air. So if it's going to move it this way,
right.
or multiple.
So, Yogi, that's what we're talking about. There's a difference between maybe what you're seeing on Netflix and a super volcano. They are nowhere near the same thing. I mean, a volcano is and a super volcano in the ocean.
Well, here's your question.
You just
right
cannot
here.
compare the two.
Right there. This was as of 2019, the end of human race. Oh, U.S. Okay, it says Yellowstone will not lead to the end of UNACE, but the caldera system will end all life on Earth.
We know
So
it.
they said the answer is no. But they're also geological survey, so you can take it as it's pretty much a hit and miss. If you recently let me get rid of this share screen because I'm not using it now. So the thing is with science, they're unsure until it actually happens on how far it's going to go. So for them to say that it's not going to be the end of human life, because like I said, this is going to be effect of like thousands of nuclear bombs going off. Now we've already seen the effects of two on what two nuclear bombs can do. You're going to have thousands.
And those were atomic bombs, and they were kittens compared to what we have today.
So far, there's no projection. It can happen any day. There's no real estimated time for.
They're not suggesting it happening anytime soon, though. They just say
they're just talking about it.
Active
now,
than it used to be. They really
me personally, it would go. It would go if it was hit by a bomb, which Putin has threatened, by the way, of hitting Yellowstone with a nuclear bomb.
Go ahead. There's a super volcano in Russia, I think.
No.
There are other areas. You know what? I'm going to look it up where our other super volcanoes are.
I only knew of Yellowstone being the super volcano.
There's more.
Oh, well. I think we all have those at this point. I think U.S. has got underwater missiles. We've got shit that I've never seen.
Okay, there's one in Indonesia. There's one in New Zealand. There's one in Japan. Indonesia. I already said that. There's a smaller one in California. Oh, great. There are 20 supervolcanoes that are on the planet.
Wow.
Okay,
But
once,
how many are active?
wait, okay. Some say, okay, one website said 20, another website said 12. Either way. And it's not the direct volcano that would kill us, it's the gases, because the gases would get trapped in the atmosphere, and then all of a sudden you're just breathing gases.
So as of right now, the three tops are the
Yeah.
Yellowstone in Wyoming, Long Valley in Eastern California, fuck, Toba in Indonesia, and Taupo in New Zealand. California has one. Meridian Fault Line goes where? I mean, the Meridian. That's between
San
Missouri.
Andreas.
95 mod filters.
And say, so we got time for like a small podcast after we're done with this one?
Maybe pin 1:12 a.m. Depends what you have in mind. Just have it in your closet ready. There is one more I was going to bring up tonight that
Go ahead. Well, let's you want to save it for next week.
No, actually I want to really talk about this one. It's
All
one
right,
I've been
we got one more. Go ahead. Oh my gosh, you so low. Oh my god.
So let me ask this guy here something real quick.
Go ahead.
Where are you from?
He's from Texas.
Oh, he's from Texas? Okay, okay, Texas. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Love from Iowa, by the way. Had something to do with our lovely government, actually.
Oh, here we go.
No, he's gonna like this, and you are too. So, the Second Amendment says we all have the right to a militia, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Every free state.
Mm-hmm.
Then why does the FBI call them terrorist groups?
Oh, it's only a terrorist when you're on the wrong side. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a little quick history lesson. When the Patriots decided to do the Boston Tea Party, wouldn't you call them terrorists?
I just call them demons.
Oh, why? Because they're on your side. Terrorism is all about perspective.
Okay.
The IRA was considered terrorists. Look. It all goes by your perspective and perspective. Define. Okay, you got people in America. If you're like a Democrat, you'd probably consider someone like the Proud Boys terrorists. People who are Republican would call Antifa or BLM terrorists in some cases. But the idea is it goes by perspective. But the reality, the definition of a terrorist is someone that uses fear and violence to spread a message. That's the definition of terrorism. Someone that uses fear and violence to spread a message.
And
when
funny.
No, let me finish. So when we revolted against England to fight for our freedom, we were committing terrorism, we were committing treason, we were quote unquote the bad guys fighting for what we believed was right. We had a cause. Now we just happened to win, and the history books goes to the victor. We were oppressed and we had to pay unfair taxes, so we revolted against the English government, and now we got freedoms. Hurrah! It's all, but imagine what the history books would have said if we lost that war. The American colonies had no right for freedom. They were treasons, and every single one of them needed to be beheaded. They were terrorists, and they got what they deserved. Trust me.
Okay,
History goes to the spoils.
this ain't history. This is the now. But what I want to know is
Dude, history is
that
in the
behind
making.
me is a 3%ers flag. You know this. I know this. He
Yep.
knows it.
Yep.
Correction. Iowa 3%ers are Iowa's militia.
Yep. And
Okay.
did you know that the nationwide 3%ers actually disbanded?
Yeah. And I was actually bringing up the topic because the 3%ers of Iowa is listed as a terrorist group.
From whose perspective?
The FBI.
Oh,
And
and yet,
Homeland
if I
Security.
recall, one of the FBI's members is actually a Proud Boy. Last time I checked, so
Right?
go figure. Yeah, so go figure that one out.
And Antifa. Can't forget those.
Again, so it's all about perspective.
See,
Whose side are you on?
you know what I love about Iowa? The same.
We actually, our freedoms
the
are still in
same.
place.
No, the same as I love about Texas. You won't try your fucking little movements here. You won't.
Because both states have a governor who won't let it happen.
Even if you did, we won't let it happen.
Let me tell you something.
Remember when they tried to do this at the Iowa University in Iowa City, and that woman mowed 4 of them over for trying to block her car?
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't even get cited, but they arrested all the other ones for trying to block a public road.
Yep.
Welcome to Iowa, motherfuckers.
Let me tell you something. Well, let me tell you something. Here's another thing. After Pearl Harbor happened and the Japanese were thinking about going to Hawaii and California and coming and trying to spread this way, because that was the original plan in World War
Maybe we could
II.
have a history podcast.
I'm good. Anyway, the World War II,
We're going
as it
into a
was
lot of
coming,
history.
because all this stuff is history in the making. And let me tell you something.
History will repeat itself, but what I want to know is why is every militia group in the U.S. being labeled as a terrorist group?
I was going to give you a point, and I'll get back to that. The reason
What does
why
World War II
the reason why the Japanese didn't come to California and start moving their way east is because the advisor told the emperor that they would not make it past the Mississippi River because they're American. It wasn't because of the American military, and because they knew that 70 million Americans, people, common people like you and me, carried weapons, and there's no way in hell let them get that far. So that is the purpose of our militias, is to protect this country, protect this amendment. Now, back to your question about the militias and the 3%ers. I get it. I don't view them as a terrorist group because I feel like they're fighting for the Constitution. But then again, it's all a matter of perspective. Some people but remember, definition of terrorism is anybody or any group that uses fear and violence to spread a message. That's what terrorism is. That's the legal definition of the word.
You know what? Protest. Let's get into that one. How do you feel about the colleges giving kids the okay to do whatever they want as long as it's in the right to protest?
Welcome to free speech.
Really? Because I knew a president that didn't see it that way.
Tell me about Reagan. One of the best presidents we've ever had. When the Republic.
Reagan told that school when they said, "Who are you the right to tell the kids what to do?" And he goes, "Look, there is a lot of adults in here that should know better, and I have a lot to know better, that you cannot tell kids that they can do whatever they want, smash cars, smash buildings, as long as it's in the right to protest." He goes, "I will throw them all behind bars, and you right along with them."
Because there's a difference between a peaceful protest, which I'm all for, and a violent protest. There are two different things. One is, again, peaceful, and the other one is spreading fear and violence to send a message. Huh?
Hmm.
Terrorism is all about perspective.
It really depends to me, because we can do perspective, and that's the case. Then to me, that's no different than putting a label on something and making it whatever you want.
Oh. Like when a kid acts differently than anybody else, hey, he's autistic.
Or
You know
we
those
just,
kind of labels?
no, I'm referring to, hey, look, right over there's a kid furry. He likes to be a furry. He's acting like a cat today. Tomorrow he'll act like a dog. It's okay. It's normal. I'm sorry. Back in my day, this is what my mom told me. You act like a dog, I'll feed you like one.
Oh, come on. Well, look, you tell me you didn't have an imagination when you were a kid?
No, not like that. My mom and dad were completely against that shit.
Oh, come on. When Jurassic
Now,
Park came
now,
around, when
now we
Jurassic
could
Park came
have.
around,
Now
half the kids
we
my
had
age were.
we had imaginations, but not one where we walked around barking and growling like a cat.
I remember a time when all the 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds in my neighborhood would run around like a dinosaur because Jurassic Park just came out.
Yes, that's a little different. They pretended. These kids actually are
I know,
pretending
I know, I
24
know,
fucking 7, dude.
I know. The problem, yeah, because parents stopped being parents about 20 years ago, and well, maybe not that long. Maybe I'll give it like 10 years ago. Parents stopped being parents, and well, you get you get what you get. That's how we got it. Oh, nice.
Yep. Yeah. I'll agree. I'll go with that. He's probably right,
Uh-huh.
among other things. Yeah, I
We're
agree.
not promoting it. We're not promoting it.
No, no, no. He's talking about the government promoting.
Oh,
They're promoting it in schools. You can't do that. You're not allowed to discriminate against a kid. That you can't pick on a kid for pretending to be a dog. You can't do that. But it's okay for a bully to come up just to bully you and put you in a locker. But you can't make fun of a furry.
that's not the definition of a furry. I mean, they're changing the definition of furries these days. I
They're
mean, in my
changing
time,
everything. In our day, a furry was the same as a fairy.
no, it was not.
I
A
was
furry
wrong.
was somebody that went to those anime conventions and they dressed up like a fox and then but here's the thing, they weren't the furries. The people that dressed up like those weren't the furries. It was the people that thought they were attractive that way would be considered a furry.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're telling me there's people that are actually out there that are attracted to people that dress up like a dog?
Not like it. Not.
Wait a minute.
Not.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Not.
minute. Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope.
No.
You are right. You're 100% accurate. There was a woman in California married to a damn tree.
Not that kind of a dog. I'm talking about you don't like anime. I do, but the people would walk around with the cute little ears. They have like a tail. They'd be like a humanoid form of an animal, and people would think they're attractive
Yes,
that way.
exactly. Like he just said, a kid won't be getting
You
into
two take my class.
technicality
What's okay?
and what's not.
Uh,
I
hey,
agree.
okay. Hey, oh, Yogi, do you know what I'm talking about though? The people that go to those anime conventions and then they would dress up
I don't know.
like
I like going to them because those chicks that dress up
yo.
like the other girls, some of those look pretty fucking hot.
Yeah.
Just say. It exists. It does very, and it's sad that it does. And the thing that I also agree with is the whole Gay Pride Month.
Oh, good Lord. You do not want to get me started.
I mean, I understand it, No, you're right. That's the problem. That's why I just brought that up. That's exactly why I just brought this up. That's where we got the Gay Pride Month. Imaginations will run wiki, and if there's a pet nearby, oh, yeah, let's not go there, bud.
Wait a minute.
Imagination, if there's a pet nearby, hold up. Yeah,
All right,
he
people
started
that
his
read this need to
imagination.
reform the book of Leviticus.
No, I'm pretty sure we know what bestiality is.
That's what I was referring to. Thank you.
But no, there is a woman in California married to a damn car.
I believe it was somebody. Didn't somebody also just get married to a chandelier?
Well, there was another guy in California that married his fucking car.
Yeah.
Sex has got to hurt the penis when he fucks that tailpipe. Just saying. Imagine the poor lady rubbing her clitoris on that bark. Ha! How'd you get those splitters? I was riding my tree. It's a one-sided conversation with the tree.
Probably why she likes it.
Yeah, but you know what's fucked up? They let her have health insurance on that tree. I mean, death insurance. I want to know how they're going to write it up. Death by chainsaw?
See, okay. Check this shit out. This is what I'm talking about. Don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, no, they are teaching that.
Check this out. This is what I'm talking about. And people would say this is attractive with the ears of the cute meow.
She is.
The little meow.
I'd
See?
turn that over.
They would call you a furry because you like her dressed up like that.
She's sexy. So why not?
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
that's the idea. You asked me what some consider would be a furry.
That's not what we're kind of talking about, though. That's not the kind. That's.
I
the
know what you're talking about.
of-
I'm just telling you how
I
they
get the
changed
definition you're saying,
terminology.
but the terminology they're using today is called furry for kids.
I know, because they don't know what the hell they're talking. Well, just like gay, used to mean you were happy. Now, well, you know.
No, you're a fag.
I mean, they've been telling us for years to be gay. I mean, I believe the Fonts told us to be gay. They even said in the Flintstones, "We'll have a gay old time." I mean, I could go on and that.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree, but the thing
I believe
the thing I
told
don't understand
no, the fairy
is
told
why we're being forced.
Have the
I just want to know why we're being forced to, like he's saying, we're being forced to accept all this stuff without hearing anybody else's side of it. It's being forced upon us, like
because
we need to accept it.
You know, I was actually going to save this for a rant. I was actually going to save this for rant day, but you know what? You want to bring it up now? We'll bring it up now. Okay. So, I personally, I got some debates I do, and we all have you know who I'm referring to. But I've had a couple.
He is 100%, and I don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying the whole Pride Month thing and having parades.
No, I'm not even talking about him.
You know what?
I'm talking about somebody else.
I want to know when do we get to have straight parades?
Oh, we're not allowed to have that. We're not allowed to have white pride. We're not allowed to have straight parade.
No, when are we allowed to go out half naked, pretty much completely naked, in the middle of a damn street and dance around?
I have a question. Can I have
we
a
would
question
be
for
arrested.
you? I got two questions for you. Question one. And actually, I want our guest's opinion. Question one:
Right?
when you have they like my people. Yeah. See, and that's the thing right there. My problem. I don't have a problem with what they do behind closed doors. It's like keep it in the bedroom, But this here's my two questions. Question number one: I've actually had people come up to me and say, "If you don't agree with me, you're a horrible person." So, which brings me to actually my question. I guess it was only one question, but it's a two-parter. If they are supposedly the LGBTQ community, if they're supposed to be the tolerance group and the acceptance group, then how come they got a problem with somebody that thinks differently than them, and that they're automatically a horrible person?
Well, like he just said, why is making out making out with anyone in school if you're a kid, but that's public affection is wrong. But yet two gay people can do it and it's okay because they don't want to hurt their feelings.
Because one looks weird and one don't. But oh, wait a minute! How dare you say that? Yeah, right.
In
People do it all the
Texas,
time.
come to Iowa, man. It's natural in the hallways. You'll be lucky if you make it off the bus. Fuck, if I remember right, in the girls' bathroom, they had a freaking couch in there. I used it a couple
Here's the
times.
thing: if you go to our merch store, you'll find some LGBTQ community friendly
You will?
merchandise. It's not like,
You will?
yeah,
Really?
take a look.
I have men and women stuff in there. I don't have
You haven't seen
anything.
what the chief has up there.
Well, that's the chief. That ain't mine.
I didn't say it was.
I don't
Did
condone
I say
that.
it was yours?
Yeah, well, that's chief. I don't condone it. I won't condone it. I don't accept it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. You and I don't accept it. He does, and that's guess what?
It's his will.
That's okay. That is perfectly fine. Do you know
And
why? Free speech and free thought. The problem is, you got some people say, if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. And
I to me he is wrong, but it's his choice. I'm not going to hold it against him.
exactly, that's the thing. That's
We're
what
human.
we do. I'm
But
me and
but
him,
me
me and Rob were
personally,
raised a certain way, and we don't hate anybody for it. It's just
no, my
our
uncle is
beliefs.
my dad's uncle. No, actually, it's his cousin. It'd be my cousin, I guess, as well. It'd be my great cousin or whatever. Is gay, and when he found out about this whole gay pride thing, he wasn't happy about it. He goes, I've been gay all my life and I didn't need a day to go out and celebrate it. I didn't need to go out and tell everybody I was. He goes, people knew because I choose to tell them. He goes, now everybody just needs to be open about it. He goes, what happened to privacy? What happened to privacy in your life? He goes, what it is a bunch of attention seeking people that want the attention off of it. So they'll go out and everything else. Now, I am going to take something from, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want people thinking I'm getting clout, but he is a YouTube artist. He makes music and he actually started out in comedy. He's an independent artist, and that's all I'm going to say. I am going to steal something from him. When the first one happened in California, there was people half naked, people with BDSM clothing on, mostly guys, wearing leather, walking around, holding up their flags, saying, we've been waiting for this, with kids around, may I add. Now, I'm a parent of 5. Why would I even want my kid near that? Any part of that? I wouldn't. Not especially my teenager. That's me. No, it's not attractive under any means necessary. I mean, I understand people have their kinks. Save it for the bedroom. The public does not need to see it. We don't care. I, for one, don't care. Do me and my wife have kinks that we do in bedroom? Yes. Am I going to share it on here? No, because it's nobody's fucking business. But mine. Unless Ghost really wants to know about it, then I might teach him something new. But right now it looks like he's frozen. So there's that.
And quite frankly, Insidious, no one wants to.
Exactly. Like he said right here. He said the same thing. Exactly. See? He already agreed with me before you even said it. Point is, if you got kinks and stuff like that, fine. And you want to share it on Twitch and your podcast, fine. I have nothing against you for it. But people's going to judge you. Mostly guys, because they're going to think you're easy. And I work at the most place I've ever been. Yeah. I work at a place that is full of guys and girls. And I watch more guys try to pick up girls, and not just one, multiple. I have watched them sexually harass them. I have watched them do all of this. And then I find out they're married. They have a wife at home with kids, but they're at work flirting with another chick.
I guess that whole concept is true. Just because you're on a diet doesn't mean you can't look at the menu.
They're not trying to look at the menu. They're trying to take it home. That's a big damn difference. They're trying to skip first base, second base. They're trying to go right for the home fucking run. And most of the girls there are their own fucking fault too. Like the QSI girls are come. That one, she'll come in wearing nothing but a damn tank top with no damn bra on, wanting all the guys to look at her.
Yeah, boy.
And it's like, man, I can barely please the one I have. I don't need another one. Just saying. One's enough.
All right.
And
Do you got anything?
if you fuck one hole, you've already had the other hole, and you haven't even been inside of her yet. But you've already had her. Called your wife.
Okay.
One
Do you got anything
pussy
else?
thing,
Do you got
might
anything
look
else
a
for
little
this
different.
podcast?
Huh?
We're kind of getting off track. Do you got anything else for this podcast?
Oh, I'm still on this freaking gay thing.
Mm.
But no, I don't have anything. But if for those that are watching, don't think I'm being don't be offended. I'm just saying that do you, but you don't have to broadcast it because not everybody gives a shit.
I'll correct that. No one does.
No, there's some people that might, as long as they're in that community. But you know what? That's another fucking thing. That's a whole new conspiracy right there. I forgot about that one. This is more of a rant than a conspiracy. When in the
Here we go.
fuck did this shit become a damn community? Last I knew, a community is somewhere you lived in, not something you were a part of. Last I knew, that was called a group. You were a part of a group. We're going to support the trans community. Okay, go put them on their own fucking island then. You want to have a community of them? Do you want to have a community of gays and lesbians? Fine, go put them in their own fucking community. Put the trans over there with you. And while you're at it, pack up the Democrats and take them too. You can even put Barack Obama back as president. He'll be right over there with his dick hanging out.
What the?
Hey, Michelle can have her dick out too.
Should I play this one too?
Whatever.
All
Hey, could
right,
you
all right.
imagine them trying to play swords with everybody?
With
Then you got
that,
the
good
lesbians with the
night.
strap on. Woo! Who's taking it where today? Hey,
All right.
that would be a real human centipede. Can you imagine that community being a mile long? Hey, but you know what? That would be the happiest community because everybody would be not fucking each other. Except for the girls would be fucking one guy in the ass, but that guy's fucking another guy in the ass. Then you got Michelle and Barack right at the front of the line. And they're all walking while they're fucking. Like a centipede. That would be one happy community that I would not want to be a part of. We love you, Mr. President. You're the best president ever. Yep, because he takes it right up the ass.
Well,
And I am done with closing arguments.
well, if we have time, we're going to do a quick other podcast.
Oh yeah, what are we doing?
Well, I just don't want to do another one late tomorrow night about the notes I got for the whole football chat. So it shouldn't take long, like maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Well,
All right.
what time do you got to pick up Heidi? 2?
2:15, 2:30. I got time.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to cut this one. We're going to switch over to a football podcast. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, follow.
And
I'm also on Facebook. You can find me on there, insidious _streaming. Twitch, I'm on. Apparently, YouTube, Insidious and Ghost. You can find us on there. You can also
we all have our Facebook page. Mine's the Haunted House, and I don't know.
Where is it?
The ending? This one?
Nope, that one. Make sure to check out the merch store of Insidious and Chief. Chief has his own. I have mine. Go to Linktree, check it out. Also, I'll be back next Tuesday with another one. Just to let everybody know, January 7th, I will be doing my take on the Crispin Wall double suicide murder, whatever you want to call it. Forgot how they worded that. What was it? Murder, suicide? 2 murders, double murder, suicide?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll be doing my take on that. I think Chief will be with me. I know the Ghost will be. I doubt I do pictures. I had some pictures I wanted to show, but unfortunately I cannot find them because they have taken them down, and I have uncertainty of I don't know why. Probably because I've already talked about this once before, just not live. But everyone knows Facebook monitors a lot of shit. But if you're interested and really want to know my thoughts on that, tune in. It's going to be a good one. And I might do Chester Bennington's at the same time. That's a possibility. Because I'm going to go through everything that I find. Toxicology, all of it. You will know. Anything you didn't know or thought you knew, you will know. I'll tell you that right now. But yes, you can find us anywhere. You can also email me at insidiousandghost@yahoo. I do believe that was the email. Yes, insidious_ghost2021@yahoo.com. You can hit us up there. And if you have any conspiracies you want me to think or talk about, or even want to be on the podcast with us, hit us up. Hit me up on Facebook. You can also, like I said, you can email us. But I think that's all we're going to do for right now. So we are going to end this one, and we will be back for the football.
Right. This is the Ghost, and thank you for watching our podcast.
I am Insidious. Thanks for watching this podcast.
And I am the Chief. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.